way live from Dash Studios in Hollywood. Wake your ass up. Happy Friday, June 14th. My name is Tattoo.
My name is RaqC.
What up, homo homie?
What up? Good morning.
This is Tattoo and the Crew. Rise and shine, mother sucker. Yeah.
Hey, what?
Oh yeah.
Welcome to the jungle.
You gotta. I love your rock voice, Rocks.
I'm a rockera deep down inside.
Welcome.
I'm a little bit of whatever you want me to be.
Yo, do me a favor. Wake your dad's ass up right now. Tell him Happy Father's Day weekend, mother sucker.
I love that. Fill him up with love, man.
Give him some. Start giving your dad gifts right now.
Yep.
Starting with a hug. Starting with breakfast in bed. Starting with if you're a lady, give him a blowjob right about now. Why not?
I'm just saying.
Why not? Why not just wake up to a freaking blowjob?
Is that like every man's fantasy? Just wake up and just receive some of that goodness in the morning first thing?
Yes.
Yo, let me tell you something.
Breath and all.
Let me tell you something. I bet a blowjob on the NBA Finals. I bet a blowjob on the NBA Finals. So
Freaky Friday, indeed.
I had a bet. I made a bet yesterday, and I won.
Oh.
I won, and I got paid off last night too.
Oh.
I got paid off last night. I put $100 on the Toronto Raptors. And my girl was like, "Okay, so," and I was like, "I don't want no money from you. You know what I want." So I emojied her the emoji of the face putting his tongue out.
Yeah.
A banana, the peel of the banana, and the wet splash. And I said, you know, that's what I want.
No wonder you're in a great mood this morning.
If you look at how happy I am.
Oh.
He's glowing.
You know?
There's different factors involved in that too, was it? But yeah, when a man relieves and releases, I mean, it's scientifically proven that your mood is elevated.
Yeah.
It's a mood booster.
For sure.
Did you get paid off, and did you have to pay it back, or was it one of those like
no,
paid off?
I got paid off. It was just freaking great. Like and she was even like, "Are you sure you're not going to sleep right now?" I was like, "Hell no!"
Nice.
Hell no, I ain't going to sleep right now.
Ladies, it's really simple.
Yeah.
Just do
and you know what? Let me tell you something about this, man. Getting paid off that bet was awesome, man. Like I really didn't think she was gonna really come and pay it off. Like she really freaking did.
Good job.
And
good
you
job.
know what? A round of applause.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Definitely.
A woman of her word.
Hey, yes. Hey, good morning to you, RaqC.
Good morning, sunshine.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. I'm super excited, looking forward to this hot weekend.
Yeah.
It's short season. I'm starting to rock my biker shorts more often.
And I see that squat challenge is really working for you.
Day 5, 100 squats a day.
I mean, you got the whole world doing squats right now. I thought I seen Uncimo doing some squats on his Instagram too.
Hey, when all else fails, squat it out.
Yeah.
You know, because it actually, a lot of freaky men, they're like, damn, RaqC, if you squat like that, what else do you do? And
Right.
I'm like, listen, it's all about being flexible, and when all fails, just squat it out. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
Just squat it out.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, can we get the Marc Wasserman? He's downstairs right now.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Pop up to that. I'm sorry about that, bro.
It's okay. No. I'm feeling great. My legs are burning. But I feel good. You know.
Nice.
You know, by doing that, it releases a lot of endorphins and testosterone in each individual, because we all have, both male and females.
Genes, right?
Genes. There you go. And
I don't know. Speak for yourself.
by doing that, it builds the testosterone, which
Talking about I got some female freaking hormones in me. Hell no, I don't.
Hold on. You were created by a man and a woman, so yes, you do.
Okay, Can I make a joke?
Oh, okay.
You get real personal here.
I'm just saying.
Hey, it's a joke. It's the homo. Remember who's giving the advice right now about homo hormones? It's the homo.
Yes.
So
Yes, I have half testosterone, half estrogen.
There you go. Man.
But yeah, it helps to produce weight loss. So you get on those squats, girls. And
Get
guys.
on it.
You better work. Come a girl.
Show your husband some love this weekend, that's for sure.
Hey, well, listen.
Squat it out.
We have a very, very busy show. First of all, I want to thank you for waking up to Tattoo and the Crew. I want to thank you for logging on to Dash Radio. Do me a favor. download Dash Radio for your dad right now. That's a hell of a gift. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, and I'm not just saying that as a freaking a promo for Dash or anything. Like, I'm saying that it's the truth, man.
I literally walked my daddy yesterday how to download the app today. He's like, okay, mijita, okay, I admit. I go, Dad, just do this. Okay. I go, put a star. My dad has an accent like Ricky Ricardo.
Yeah.
You're going to hear it today.
Babaloo.
Put a star next to it so it's your favorite one. So in the morning when you open the app, it's right there on the top. He's like, okay, mijita. Oh, I see the 70, 60. He saw all this. He got overwhelmed. I was like, Dad, the rest of the day you can listen to the station, but in the morning you listen to us.
Well, you know, that's a great thing, is when a radio app can be overwhelming. That just means it's overloaded with music, overloaded with content, and it's in a good way. Yes, because you got you got devices out there that got, you know, just a couple, you know, stations. It's difficult. You got to pay for it. You know, you got to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And at Dash Radio, it's absolutely free. And here's another thing. If your dad's a Tupac fan.
Oh, yeah, that's dope.
Don't forget about that pop-up Tupac station we got all weekend long, because it is Tupac's birthday this Sunday. Father's Day Sunday, a perfect day to celebrate the life and times of Tupac Shakur, and you can do it right here all the way live on Dash Radio, because Dash Radio has its own Tupac pop-up station. That's what I love about Dash, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, happy birthday, happy birthday to Tupac as well. Very, very busy show. Let me introduce some guests that we have with us right now. I want to make sure I say that right. Marc Wasserman, the better looking half of the Pop Brothers at Law. Good morning to you, Mark.
Good morning, man.
I know your brother's pissed that I say that, right?
He's used to it.
Blame Joe Grande for that. You know what I'm saying? Joe's the one that always tells me, and give him a hug for me too, and tell him to stick it up his ass.
Right, that's like, that's Joe.
What is it with Joe and up the ass all the time? I think he needs to get hooked up with the homo homie. I think we need to hook him up with Erica. Erica, are you attracted to Joe Grande? Are you attracted? Because I think he would have an affair on his wife with you. Jesus, this guy's
got a big ass.
He has a big ass and a small dick. My God, have you ever seen his penis?
No, that I haven't known him long enough. I've only known him like a year now. So.
Well, you gotta move the pubic hair in order to see the penis. That's how fucking small his pubic hair is longer than his freaking cock.
I've never understood why men always talk about like being all that. Like some men are like homophobic, but they talk about being gay all the time.
I don't.
No, but among guys. They talk about each other's penises, like why?
Well, because I've actually seen Joe's penis. I've done radio with him for a long time, and I saw Bridget the Midget give him a blowjob.
I heard about that.
That's just bro talk.
Oh.
That's literally that's bro talk.
So I actually got to see that live and direct. Yeah. You know
what
I'm saying?
wow.
Pop Brothers at Law, Pop Brothers at Law, Pop Brothers at Law. A major, huge freaking following. It's Shut the Fuck Up Friday.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up Friday.
And I love it. And Mark, thank you so much for being here. It's always an honor to have you. I know. I mean, you're always well dressed. Look at it. You're wearing that pink collar. She got a pink tie. You got a blue vest. Your hair. You got it all styled, man. I mean, you really get ready to come over here.
His wife lays out the outfit.
She did. She laid it out for me again. You remember from last time? She laid it out. Although I had to get myself up at like 4 a.m. for you, so I could get my 30-minute workout in that I do every morning.
Wow. Go ahead, Mark. So you got your workout on even before coming here.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Nice.
And you smoke the blunt.
I'm 5 days in. I'm 5 days into a 60-day program that I'm doing every day.
Beautiful.
So I'm getting ready. And you're right. And I smoked
As
before
you should.
and after the workouts, as everybody should.
Yeah.
I just got this vibe of you, Mark, that since you work out, I mean, you're an older gentleman, but I bet you still put it down. You stay physically active.
You know what?
That mother comes alive. I could just feel it.
That is a great comment, because I had an experience last night with my wife and my 5-year-old daughter. Now hold on.
All right.
We have 3 kids. 14, 9, and 5. My daughter, whenever me and my wife start to kiss or get comfortable, she doesn't like it. Daddy, stop that. And then she gets upset. So she fell asleep downstairs. Let's go upstairs. And she's sleeping, and we were starting to get into it. And this is satellite, right? So I can say whatever.
Yeah, you can say
I'm not on FM radio like I usually am.
Yeah.
So we're about 10, 15 minutes in, and I've got my wife in a good scissor position. I'm up on my knees.
Damn.
And that's when my daughter decides to bust into the door, screaming and yelling, "Stop it! Stop it!" So I did this collapse and cover so fast, like you would never believe. I was just like, boom, boom, covered. The sheets were over me, and my daughter, she just got right, started smacking me in the face. "Leave mommy alone! Leave mommy alone!" And then my wife started yelling at her, "Get out of here! Get out of here!"
She's like, "I'm trying to get mine."
That's right. Doesn't happen too often. We got to take our.
That was the story of my life, Mark. I used to call my kids the biggest cock blockers in the world. Jesus, there was no bigger cock blockers than my 2 younger kids when I used to try to screw mom. Oh my God! It just seemed like every time I was ready to have some, they would wake up, or they'd all of a sudden want something to eat, or they'd always want to use. I would just be like, "Yo, damn!"
And you know how it ends. I'll tell you.
You go limp.
She leaves the.
Yeah, you go limp.
That happens the moment I hear my daughter's voice coming screaming.
Right,
away.
yeah. You know how it would end for me? I want to argue with my son. Dude, what the
That wasn't the end. The end was my wife and daughter going downstairs, and me turning on some porn,
Yeah.
I gotta finish. I gotta finish.
Hey, speaking of Pop Brothers at Law, and speaking of marijuana activists, man, this is one of my heroes right here, man. He is an influencer himself. Very, very wise man. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Uncimo!
Hey, what a compliment. I appreciate all that.
Yo,
man.
bling, bling!
Man, no clown.
Bling, bling!
It's
Man!
I love it. How much is that?
About $30.
About $30. Come on, man. That's right. Yeah. I ain't mad at you, man. How you doing this
Oh
morning,
man, I'm blessed. I'm alive. I'm living, dog. I'm blessed, man. Come on.
man.
Look who I'm sitting with. I'm sitting on the hottest show in the nation right now.
And oh man, thank you so
Man,
much.
hey, that's real, dog. Man, when he turned me on, and I'm so naive and so slow. I'm 60 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a little slower than
You
normal.
look great.
Nah, man, you ain't. Let me tell you
I
something.
did this record 8 years ago. I'm a 60-year-old rapper, and I'm still 60 till I'm 90. You heard me?
And
I'm
Yeah.
68.
Unc got bars. Unc, you got bars. You know what I'm
I do a
saying?
little something.
And I'm looking forward to Uncimo's intro song to the morning show right here, Tattoo and the Crew. Now that's gonna be hot, man.
Are you working on that?
I can get on that now.
Hell yeah. That's what I love. That's what I love, man. Uncimo, thank you so much for waking up with
Man,
us.
it's an honor, man.
It's going to be a very, very busy show. Of course, Uncimo here. How can people follow you, Unc, so they can see who you are and know the influence and the wise that you got, the wise mind that you got? Because look, you may be slow when you say you're 60 years old. You may be slower than others as far as physical shit goes, but as far as the mind goes, you're this fast. You are faster than a speeding freaking bullet.
I think you're kind of right, because when I look at my phone with all these apps on there, and I say,
What's up with all these youngsters just being out of the loop and having no education,
What thing
man?
about it, it's all programming, it's all education. If these kids aren't getting the proper education and they're taught wrong, they're going to believe the wrong things. And we are teaching our kids the wrong things all the way from kindergarten all the way up.
Isn't that some shit?
Yeah.
And we'll get into a lot as far as for education. Why am I sending my kid to school for 20-something years to get an education, and the kid's not doing what he wants to do?
Right.
He's not happy. He's got a great job.
Well, here's how I balance it. Because I got kids that are in school, and my daughter just graduated high school. I got another one going into junior high school.
But if you don't take them to school, you could get in trouble.
Right, and here's the thing. They have been learning they're learning the same shit that I was learning in school.
Exactly.
Nothing's changed. The same freaking program. Like they're like eat robots, right?
Exactly.
But what you gotta do is let them learn that shit in school, and then you bring them home and teach them the home education. You gotta separate that.
Exactly.
RaqC, one day you're gonna go through that.
I know.
Because you're gonna have to understand that yes, they need that school shit.
Exactly.
That it's not all like, you know what I mean, Christopher Columbus did not discover. They need to stop that fucking lesson already.
Well, I had that solid foundation with my parents.
When are they gonna take Christopher Columbus out of education? Like, he did not discover America, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Take the power back. You know, Rage Against the Machine is is how, you know.
But it's conditioning. It's all.
That's right. So I have to go do my own teaching. You know, like I have to program my kids' mind. Like, look, baby, this is the shit you're gonna learn here, but this is some of the real shit you gotta learn here, and it balances out. Because I gotta give a lot of props to teachers too, man. They work even if they're not teaching the right lessons. Sometimes they have to do what they have to do. They're programmed because they're programmed by the board of education.
And not only that, parents take their children to schools and just dump them off for hours. And these teachers are like making like 50 grand a year. You're like, dude, every single teacher deserves to be making 6-figure income. Seriously. They put up with tantrums, they put up with shitty diapers, they put up with all attitudes. Teenagers, they don't. Parents just
get to keep our kids for 8 hours of the day.
But here's the thing: there are some teachers that have taught my kids that I love to death. They're always gonna be in my life. I will always go back, see them, take care of them, and not like that, but like gift cards, flowers. I'm such a giving person to my teachers. I would send them to Laker games. I don't because they taught my kids things. You know, the first time my son and my daughter came home and they told me about Martin Luther King and they told me about real educational things.
Rosa Parks.
But money, how you know what I mean? Like how, you know, time this times this. I was just like, yo, shit that
I didn't even know that.
Exactly. stuff that I couldn't teach my kids. Oh man, I mean, Mrs. Banks, Mrs. Sandoval, you know, Mr. Wendling. I love these teachers.
Do you have a teacher that inspired you? Like I have a teacher that inspired me for sure.
You know what?
that you remember by name.
I have to say his name was Mr. Glick.
And what was he so special?
He was special because he hated me so much. And hear me out on this. I used to torture this man so bad in school. I was so bad in the 8th grade that he was the hardcore. They put me in his class because he was the meanest, hardcorest teacher.
What subject?
He was music. He was history. He had a couple subjects, but he used to try to keep me in his class all day long. Now hear me out on this. They even sat me in the front of the class. By the end of the year, I was in the back of the class. He just couldn't take me anymore.
Oh.
And if I can go back and say sorry to anyone, and go back and apologize for the bullshit I put him through, to how stupid I was, and how smart and how much education he was just trying to give me, man, he'd be the first person I'd go and look for and say, Mr. Glick, I am so sorry.
Go look for him.
I have. He's I'm serious, RaqC. I've even gone back to try to look for him. He's won awards. He's they publicize this man as one of the greatest teachers in Southern California. And
you tortured him.
I tortured him, and I was his worst student. And I guarantee you, if I went back and said, "Hey, it's me, David Gonzalez," he will know me off the top, and I don't know what he would say to me, but I would love to go back to him and say how sorry I am for not paying attention to how wise and how educated he was. Because now that I'm a grown up, that's a man that I do know, and he was a good teacher.
Yeah, he was.
He was a good teacher.
There's a lot of great teachers. My chemistry teacher actually would kick me out of class every single day. I passed with a D-, and I remember I would always get caught for talking. Always. That was like the sort of, does that surprise you?
Hell no.
Yeah, and I remember one time he would call me about my last name. He was like, Cordova, you talk too much. And I was like, in front of the whole class, I felt like he embarrassed me, right? And I'm not down for like public humiliation like that.
Right.
And I said, you know what, Mr. Herring, one day, I'm gonna get paid to talk. One day, I'm gonna get paid to talk because I felt it since I was in high school. And look at me now.
Look at me now.
But he doubted me, and I would get kicked out every day. I felt like a thug life.
All right, guys. Well, look, it's 18 minutes after the hour. Happy Father's Day weekend, your father.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day weekend, and you, Mark, your father.
Yes.
Happy Father's Day. How do you? Thank you
Happy
so much.
Father's
Thank you
Day.
so much.
Yeah.
How does one, like? Let's start with you. How do you go about celebrating Father's Day? And let me ask you this too. Do you expect a nice dinner, a gift, or anything like that? And if you don't get something like that, do you get upset about it?
To be totally honest?
Yes, please be totally honest, all the way.
My daughter has only ever given me Father's Day cards.
Nice.
Ever. That's all she ever gives me.
Now,
Like
would
with
it be
Nothing.
would it be nice though if this year you got like a gift card to go eat or something like that, or does that matter to you?
Honestly, it really doesn't.
It doesn't.
My daughter loves me so much. The love that I get from this child, she could never give me a gift that could compete with the love I love from my love of my child.
Yeah.
As far as for her giving me anything, I'm not materialistic no more. I never was.
Yeah.
So the gift thing never moved me that much. My love with my child, and I preach this, stop celebrating holidays. We celebrate holidays. We wait for Mother's Day to give our Mother's Day a big Mother's Day gift. And, oh, Mother, here's the roses.
Yeah.
Your mother might die before Mother's Day, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck a holiday, dog. We are programmed in this country so fucking much. Christmas is bullshit. Easter, ain't no fucking rabbit coming to me. all these holidays are programmed. And I'm saying we still got to do this because of the children. So we still got to keep that kid.
Yeah.
But the reality of life is we are so programmed to holidays, we don't celebrate each other.
Right.
True.
Yeah. Celebrate your mama every day of the fucking year.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Celebrate your daddy every day of the fucking year.
I hear you. But.
No.
Okay. No. You know what, Unc? And that's why you're here right now. Is because you even make me think that I truly feel the way you do, Unc. I truly feel the way. But the thing is, that my daughter's been working now for 2 years, and she could get me something. My daughter has an actual job at a supermarket now, man.
My daughter got a restaurant in New Orleans.
She can't get me that. Can I send you a damn Mark, Pop Brothers at Law, Father's Day. How we have Unc's opinion, and you totally had to be the opposite. And don't worry about that. You speak your own mind. Do you expect something on Father's Day? And if you do, is it great? If you don't, does it hurt your feelings?
I absolutely expect, but the first thing we do, because we have our father, my kid's grandfather,
right.
Our father who's 85. So we actually spent it last weekend at his house. We went over there, me and my 3 kids. We played ping pong, basketball, badminton. Every Father's Day we've been doing this.
Beautiful,
forever.
man. Spending time with your family.
Absolutely. And then so for me, now this weekend, I get a 80-minute Burke Williams massage.
Oh,
I found out
gosh,
it was supposed to be a
I'm
surprise, but
Yeah.
my daughter wouldn't let it last. My wife was trying to tell her, don't tell Daddy. Got a massage. Okay, so that I got a new briefcase coming.
Oh, that's nice.
Which I've needed.
Shit.
And supposedly a promise to go get me a new pair of Yeezys.
Oh, wow. Man,
I got one.
Tom, what about you?
Jealous now.
Tom, what about you? Do you like getting gifts?
I never have gotten a gift on Father's Day, and I don't because my kids are too little. But my daughter is, no, I'm wrong. My kid's mother would get me, take me out to dinner.
I gotta say something, just in case my wife's listening. My 3 kids will give me beautiful cards that they've wrote, made themselves.
Yeah.
And they do that every Father's Day. My daughter already gave me hers. She made it at school. Daddy, I made yours.
Yeah, RaqC, you've seen.
Here, I got you a gift, Tom.
Oh my God! Shut up!
And it's an
Look
amazing.
what it says.
Shut up! Shut up! No, hold on.
Don't get emotional.
This says Happy Father's Day, Tatty. RaqC, I'm serious. This
What?
better not be a fucking snake pop out of this and it be a fucking gag on me
It's
right
not
now.
a Ross box.
It's not a Ross box, it's a Macy's box. But
Yes.
sometimes you put Ross gifts in a fucking Nordstrom.
Pay for less.
Can I open this right now?
Open it. Chad says he's never gotten gifts on Father's Day, so we had to change
Man,
that.
RaqC, don't do that. Don't do that.
What?
You're gonna make me fall in love with you is what you're gonna do.
Oh
Jesus.
my gosh, maybe you
You're
probably already
gonna
are.
make that toe sucking situation get real. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to suck your toe. I'm about to get legit with it. Okay, you got a little you box it up very nice, RaqC. Let me see. You got a little tape. I'm just gonna
Just tear it
There it is,
open.
there it is.
Christmas.
Rip it.
All right. Let me see. The element of surprise is amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh my
I'm
God.
getting this
Oh
on
my
Snapchat.
God. Oh, get out of here. Wait a minute.
Look at that.
Wait a minute. Get out of here, RaqC. Get out of here.
What did I get you?
Let me start with these air fresheners for my car. Marijuana air fresheners, cannabis air fresheners, now that the Pop Brothers at Law are here.
Nice.
Oh, RaqC. Oh, RaqC. Look at that. A
Oh,
Dodgers
RaqC,
freak. Oh, RaqC.
So yesterday I made
Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
How about that?
Oh, I freaking love it, man. I freaking love it.
and it wasn't that
RaqC.
$9.99 hat.
It RaqC, this is like, I don't even know what to say. I'm serious. Like, I get emotional with things like this, so please, just put this away. RaqC, I love it. RaqC,
Put that hat on. I wanna see what it looks
RaqC
like.
just got me a freaking Dodger hat. Let me get this. How did you get my hat size too?
I don't know. I was trying to find out your.
Oh my
is it
God.
too big?
It's a little too big, but I mean, we could always exchange that.
Yeah.
But it looks good. Look at that. Look
Oh my
at that.
God, it
Look
looks
at your boy
real
right now.
good.
Look at your boy right now, RaqC. Damn.
Can I add something to this right quick?
Please.
Now, this is my man. I love him to death, all right? And I know what's going on with y'all friendship. So to cap off with what you gave him, I want to get y'all 2 tickets for the Dodgers games on, I think it's Thursday. Y'all got to see between Monday and Thursday. Pick a date. What day y'all free.
Nice.
I'm sending both of y'all to the Dodgers. Under one condition. Under one condition.
Oh, what?
You cannot suck her toes at the game.
Why not?
After the game, you good.
Oh man, RaqC, I love it.
You love it?
I love it. I love it.
Happy holidays,
I have the thank you.
You're an amazing dad.
Thank
I
you.
really want you to know that. I know you know that, but
Amazing.
I know it's hard for you sometimes to digest like the great person that you are,
Right.
because you're like the hardest on yourself ever.
Right, he is.
I think people hear this on the air too, but you're truly a great soul.
Jesus, I'm sweating, I'm red, I'm blushing, I
And
can
so
feel
yesterday-
my smile.
This is how slick women are. Remember yesterday I sent you a text. I was like, hey, send me your sizes. This company wants to send you stuff.
Yes.
I didn't want you to ever suspect that I was buying you
And
something.
here I am thinking, man, I'm gonna get. Oh, RaqC, this is better than any company sending me anything.
I know.
I love you as a friend.
I
I
know.
love you as a co-host. I'm so glad that you're. If I didn't love you and you didn't love me, we wouldn't be doing the show together.
Yeah.
And this is like a love, friendship, really a true bond for us to be doing this. And for you to do this right now, you did not have to do this, but
I
thank
know.
you so much.
You're welcome.
Honestly, before I start crying like a little bitch,
Believe that.
let me get into the show, okay? RaqC, thank you. I
You're
love
welcome,
you.
baby. No
okay.
problem.
Usually about this time we would want to start teasing some news and get into RaqC's big news, but since we have Marc Wasserman from the Pop Brothers at Law, I want to get into some news with you really quick, if you don't mind, RaqC.
No, not at all.
There's been some massive raids going on in LA County, Orange County, San Bernardino County, Riverside County. Can you update us on that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm
absolutely.
gonna get into a song. We're gonna come back. I would still like to do big news, RaqC.
Yeah.
But I want to include Pop Brothers at Law, one of his stories, into your big news, if you don't mind.
No problem.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna get into one song. I'm gonna get into a Tupac record since it's his birthday on Sunday, Father's Day Sunday.
He would have been 47 years
Oh
old.
my
Tupac.
gosh, man! Gone too soon.
Way too soon.
And don't forget, right here at Dash Radio, we have a pop-up Tupac station all week long, all weekend long, so you can celebrate this in the non-stop Tupac music, uninterrupted, commercial-free. This is Tattoo and Crew. And it is 32 minutes after the hour. Usually we get getting into some big news with RaqC, and we are going to get into some big news, but since we have the Pop Brothers at Law, attorney, legal representation, Marc Wasserman is in the building. Marc, there has been some major raids, major shutdowns. What's going on in LA County, San Bernardino County, Orange County, Riverside County? Talk to us.
So it's happening everywhere, and this is something that me and my brother have been warning people for 2 years, that when regulation comes, they're gonna start cleaning house, because with regulations, with the licensing and the ones that are doing it and paying their taxes and all that, money coming in first is going to law enforcement to round everybody up who's still in the black market.
Right.
And so that's exactly what's happening. Is it's taken that amount of time to get the funds together. These multi-jurisdictional task force have been put together for the last couple of years. And so ANZA over in Riverside County was one of the first ones to really get hit this year. They served 80 warrants at one time. They had a whole, they had some of the feds out there, the National Guard, agents from other variety of different agencies out there serving warrants, and we got plenty of calls. And unfortunately, it sounds like some of the people who got hit were people who just had their own personal grows, and people who were seriously ill, who they might have had 50 to 80 plants or something like that. And they came in with these warrants. Some of them sound suspicious, that we haven't seen anything yet, But we're getting calls that, hey, they showed me a warrant and the picture of the garden was from a guy down the street.
Right.
Wasn't ours.
But let me play devil's advocate.
Sure,
a little
no,
bit.
absolutely.
Attorney Marc Wasserman, Pop Brothers that law in the building.
Better looking half. You
Better looking
forgot to
half.
say
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying, your brother. Let me play devil's advocate a little bit. Don't you think it's kind of fair for those who are that did their paperwork, that paid their money for their license,
100%.
that went the legal way, since it's now legal, and these guys are over here, you know, doing everything that they're supposed to do by law standards, and then you got these people over here that are not, and it's just like, yo, dude, you're taking my dough. We're over here paying taxes now. Although some of these people that are legal now, they didn't want to go legal to begin with, but they had to do what they had to do. They did it. They cooperated. They paid the fucking millions of dollars of whatever the hell it cost, stupid money to get your damn fucking license.
That's right.
And now these people are over here, the black market, still making money, still got their shops, still got their grows. And I'm just playing devil's advocate. I never think anyone should be rated for anything like this whatsoever. But like again, I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Well, no, I agree 100%. I mean, that's part of our business, you know, among doing criminal defense, is getting businesses set up, licensed, do it the right way, do it properly. So yes, there's a lot of validity to what you just said, and you know, at its core, in terms of following the law, I agree with that. The problem is the way it's being done. The way the permitting process, the licensing process is being done, it is shutting out the people whose backs this industry were built on. And the people who were, you have people in jail for the same thing that people are making money for right now. And that's hard to swallow. Now we warn people, we have to preach to people, you know, if you're operating in the black market now, and some of these people who are now forced to be in the black market as of January 9th, 2019, when the cooperative and collectives went away. Prior to that, the law was, you know, starting back in 2008, when the Attorney General guidelines came out and said, here's how you can service cannabis patients. Create a not-for-profit cooperative, which is a entity that patient members sign to, you're part of, and then you go to collectives, you go to stores, you get deliveries, and you are operating as a business with patients, and you paid your taxes, and it was not for profit. So if you got busted, you had a built-in defense.
Right.
If you were doing all these things. I give you a list of 10 things to do, you did them all, and they raided you and busted you for felonies. We got cases dismissed left and right for clients who were doing all that.
And I think there's people tuned in right now that would want to know this question. Is there more raids coming?
100%.
Be careful.
100,000%. It's already happening. 2 or 3 days ago, I got another. We get messages. Oh, there's sheriffs.
So they're cracking down. They're
Yes.
coming. They're
All
coming.
over.
At the end of the day, they're coming for you.
They're coming.
Uncimo, cannabis activist, connoisseur of the plant. Well, how do you feel about all
It's
these?
the rich man's game. The government is going to back the rich. The taxes that everybody's paying today is going to the rich so much right now. The economy is fucked up.
Yeah.
Literally. That's why the homeless numbers are growing so bad.
Yeah.
We paying so much in taxes right now. We don't even know, man. We don't even fucking pay attention because we so busy buying shit. All this shit that they're selling, they're making us. Yeah, that's why this is plastic. I would never buy a $30,000 bracelet. You know how many people I
Unless
could
you're
feed
Drake.
with $30,000? You know how many people I could feed?
Yeah,
Wow,
a lot.
Yes, a lot, man, and that's what my goals are. I got a record. I hope we can play it before the day is over. It's called "It's Time to Step Up."
Of course, we could play
It's
it.
time for all of us to step up as Americans. We can change this country if we wake up, but we don't want to wake up. We too busy watching NBA, NFL. We too busy going to parties and concerts. So all the shit that happens, we don't give a fuck. We turn our eye to it, so we can just keep doing what the fuck we want to do.
Right.
But we getting fucked, man. We are literally the Cheney and what you call them gave him a tax break. Obama tried to change that. They wouldn't let him change that, so they give him Obamacare. Then this fool come back and give him a bigger tax break. We paying so much fucking tax. It's time for Robin Hood.
Crazy, it is.
Yeah.
It's time for Robin Hood. Rob from the rich and give to the poor. So they're not gonna let minorities grow marijuana. You crazy? That's why I said in my song, it's time for the rich. They're gonna get paid. But if you're a poor man selling marijuana, you're gonna end up in jail. It's not for us. It's for them.
Yeah.
Soon pharmaceuticals and tobacco industry is gonna take the marijuana over, dog. We're gonna be smoking their shit because of marketing. They're gonna be able to advertise it so much. So I tell everybody, grow your fucking own. They got the Heavy Tea Grow Show come on every Wednesday on Dish Network, on Dash Radio. I mean DFZ. Every Wednesday they tell people how to grow your marijuana.
Right.
It's education. Everybody needs to
Probably YouTube videos. on
learn
that,
how
too.
to grow your own. Yes, exactly. Learn how to grow your own medicine because. And another thing's about to happen when marijuana goes legally federally for the whole nation. There's going to be a major shortage in this country trying to supply everybody in America with the amount of marijuana that we smoke in
There's
California.
already a freaking shortage
It
going
is a
on
shortage.
right now.
So when it goes
God damn.
so prices are going to get stupid now.
Jeez.
In 5
I'm like, where's all the weed at?
It's going to get worse. Think about when it goes federally.
We need to do like Germany. I don't know if you read this.
Around the
Tell me,
country.
Rob.
In Germany, the government has increased fuel prices in just 1 hour of time. People abandon their cars on the streets, avenues, and walk
Thank you.
home. Over 1 million abandoned cars that they had to lower the price.
Stand up and fight.
When the people are smarter than the corrupt. Wait, when the people are smart, the corrupt can't accomplish their goals. But this is what they did in Germany.
Yeah.
1 million people abandoned their cars.
Wow.
They were forced to lower gas prices. So, like, the power of the people.
Thank you.
Why are we not doing that in America?
And you had said this to me about a month ago. That what about the gas prices? Remember you were telling me about that? Tell me that again, man.
I keep telling everybody, if we stand together and unite as a people, we can do the same thing they just did.
Germany.
And I put
Not drive for a weekend.
I told them for that whole week, 1 week, I said, buy your gas Friday, Saturday, or Sunday before that Monday. That Monday, don't nobody buy gas in California. Everybody, just don't buy no fucking gas. Try not to go. And if you got to grind out that day, walk, catch a bus. Take a bike.
Uber.
Yeah, Uber.
Yeah,
take a
Anything.
bike, burn
But
some
don't-
calories.
Well, people got mad. Well, I gotta go to work. I'm not telling you not to take your car to work. I'm saying when you get off work, park that motherfucker. Let's make them suffer. If we make them suffer, they got gas that they can't do nothing with. You got all this gas backed up. Trucks still coming with more gas because we were supposedly had bought that gas. So we're gonna back up their
Yeah,
channel.
man.
Power of the people.
People
But
said that
People
is.
don't listen. They don't pay attention. They don't give a fuck, dog. We could change the whole country. If we
And,
stop.
but yet we keep complaining and
Exactly.
crying about
Every
it
day.
and bitching about it and not doing nothing
We
about
are
it.
the most cryingest country in the world, dog. LA folks, and I love my California folks, but if it ain't 75 degrees, it's too cold or it's too fucking hot. Straight up with y'all. I love y'all to death.
Yeah.
Straight up. If it ain't 75, it's either too cold or it's too fucking. We are the most spoiled people in the world. When we go on vacation, we fuck up everybody's mind around the world. Because we get all these buffets, we eat all this fucking food on our plate, we leave all that shit sit there. These Jamaicans, these folks everywhere around the country that don't have it like us, they see us waste this food like that. We look like fucking pigs, man.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck, dog. I got a song called I Don't Give a Fuck. A week late on my rent, a month late on my truck. They don't want to see me win. What? I don't give a fuck.
Jules!
Your journey is
Wisdom.
your journey. You can't let nobody direct your journey. We always trying to get somebody to help us and to show us. This man offered me to come to his show. I didn't say, Tat, you got a radio show, get me on the show. He asked me, he said, Uncle, I want you to come spray Jews. You don't ask folks.
Dropping gems.
You grind, baby. You hustle.
Yeah.
You show your effort, and people will see
And
your
this
work.
ain't the last time I want you on here. I want you on here like with me, dog. You know what I mean? You're part of the crew, man. It's Uncimo, Tattoo and the Crew, man, all day. Rox, you have some news for us, though? Some entertainment news?
yes, I do. Okay, switching it up a bit. Supermodel Naomi Campbell, who's 49 years old, she took it all off for her photo shoot in the July 2019 issue of British Vogue.
She still looks freaking hot.
And she looks fly. And I
Slam.
love it. She said, you know, growing up, I never felt at ease in my skin. At school, people would call me names like Twigs, and I felt awkward and inadequate. The only time I really felt comfortable was in dance classes. She said, then I just be present in my body and forget about everything else. It's taken me a long time to feel right in my body. And I love that she's talking about this because how many people do feel super uncomfortable being naked? So
Right.
self-conscious, but yet we still keep eating bad. And, you know,
Oh.
I love that she's opening up about this.
I shower with my clothes on. That's how fucking self-conscious I am looking at myself naked. I'm serious. I am the fucking worst
Stop
naked.
with that bullshit.
I'm serious about that. I mean, look at it. I mean, fuck, look at this shit. Look at that. Come on. Who fuck wants to look at that?
The right girl's gonna love that.
That's disgusting, dog. I just took my shirt off right now for Roxy. And you know what? Let me tell you something. Hold on. You said right now, stop that, Tat. You didn't say. You just said, the right girl's gonna like that. You didn't say, oh, Tad, that's not bad. That's not. You obviously see that this is
That's
disgusting.
loose skin from your weight loss, though.
No, it's fucking fat, Roxy. Look at this shit. No, that's not loose
Hey,
skin.
own it, man. Own it, love
You know
it.
what I'm
Love it.
But now wait, Ted, don't take it so bad because most men have that. I can stand up and show you mine. I got jelly. All men, Muhammad Ali used to say it best. No matter how much I worked out, I still get
And the older I get, like
The worse-
it seems like it just gets fucking worse. My
what
balls are sagging more.
What I'm gathering is that men are probably more self-conscious than women.
Of
Is
course,
that-
look at your freaking body. Why would you be self-conscious?
But she
I don't
pays
have a
her
perfect
dues
body.
too, though.
Huh?
I don't have a perfect body,
Well, you got a freaking beautiful body.
but it's not perfect.
You know what, Roxy?
What
you
is
got, you
perfect?
Got, yeah, exactly. You got a
Yeah,
freaking
ain't no
gorgeous
perfect.
body. You got and no, I'm being very, very respectful as much as I can. You got beautiful big breasts. You got a big, beautiful ass. You have the most clearest freaking skin. Like your body's so damn soft. You got perfect fucking toes, and I can't wait to suck on when we get 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube.
We're almost at 500. By the
Your
way.
hair is great. You got great eyes. You got. I mean, come on, Roxy. I look. If I look like you.
Why am I not wiped up?
And
That's
I got to look at myself every day in the mirror. I walk around my house naked all the time just so I can keep looking at my body. But I like I said, I take a freaking shower with my clothes on. Seriously.
Well, we can learn from Naomi Campbell. She says, I've learned not to take my body for granted. Some people think that I push myself too hard, but today I know my limits. She says, for me, it's all connected. I really love this part of the interview. She says, I need a healthy body for a healthy mind and a healthy spirit. I know that what comes from within is projected outward.
Good
So
for Naomi
49
Campbell.
years old,
Good,
getting
good.
butt naked and feeling good about it. I'm
Yeah.
like, yes, let's all
Good
take
for her.
something
Good for her.
from Naomi. And also, Kim Kardashian, she
Hey.
visited the White House again. Everybody was really anticipating what she was going to talk about at the White House because she did do a speech, and we have a little clip of it right here.
That's Donald Trump.
Listen,
idiot.
listen. Yeah, so that's Kim, really just kind of like saying that the president is backing her up. And honestly, people, if you don't know this, Kim and her legal team, they've helped over 1,000 federal inmates have their sentences reduced due to the act of, just very small crimes, and they get these really long sentences. So Kim is really making this part of her purpose in life to allow inmates to get out and have a life again and really readjust to society.
And I want to give a special shout out right now to Chino Mike, No More Locked Doors. It's the nonprofit organization that I'm involved in with Prison Reformery. We just got approved with our tax license.
501c3.
Everything. So we are an official nonprofit now. We
Yeah.
can take donations. We can and you use it as a write-off.
Yeah.
And we are really, really going in. My dude, Chino Mike, just did 10 years in prison. He came out and now he's teaching welding, union.
Yeah.
We are going in prison. I'm going to teach radio, how to run a board in prisons.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach him how to program music, how to freaking come out and actually have a career. Not a job, a career.
A career.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
So
there's a
shout
big
out to
difference.
Chino
Big
Mike and
difference.
No More Locked Doors. We are official, and congratulations.
All right, and real quick to wrap it up, the top 5 the richest, these guys can really feed a lot of people, richest hip hop artists on the Forbes list. Starting at number 5, Drake, worth $150 million. 4, Kanye West, $240 million. Diddy, $740 million. Actually, Diddy started his business when he was 12 years old, delivering newspapers, which
Really?
is so dope. Yeah. Number 2, Dr. Dre, $800 million. And the first billionaire on the list, Jay-Z,
Jay-Z.
worth $1
Yo.
billion.
Congratulations.
Congrats. And that was your big news with your girl RaqC. Tattoo the Crew, Big 3 Radio, only on Dash.
All right. right? It is 12 minutes till the top of the hour, hanging out with the Pop Brothers at Law, the better looking half, attorney, law, Marc Wasserman, Uncimo, marijuana, cannabis connoisseur is hanging out with us, rapper, doing his thing. I'm gonna play your song too. But here's what we want to do. I want to get into the show. We have a very, very busy show, guys. You guys are gonna be a part of some really, really historic here. I want to get into Joe Grande sports because we do have new NBA World Champions. Shout out to the Toronto Raptors.
Yes.
And you know, excuse me for this, guys, but this is a true story. I'm not making this up for radio. I bet $100 on the game. I put it on the Raptors. I won. No money exchange. All I wanted was a blowjob. I got my blowjob out of it. It was freaking. I got paid off last night. Literally.
So people on Snapchat are like, wow, no wonder tattoos is such a thing today.
On Monday I'll be a total dick because on Sunday I probably ain't gonna get shit for Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? So
it doesn't matter. You got a gift for me today.
Oh yes. Oh, thank you. But and thank you, RaqC. But please expect the dick again on Monday because I'm probably gonna come in a bad mood. When you get a blowjob, everything changes in your life. You know what I'm saying?
That's that important to men, huh?
Look there's nothing like sex. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. But when you're tired.
Is it just sex or making love? Like, what's more significant?
Oh, I love making love.
Sex.
Well, sex is great, but you know, there's nothing like making love. When you're with someone too, you know, smash.
We love each other.
Yeah.
It's all good and everything, but.
Sammy at the movie. Yeah,
baby. All right. So this week I'm taking you guys back to Netflix. I'm just looking for a Netflix deal.
You and your Netflix, man.
It is what it is, man.
Hey, it's all good. Netflix.
Somebody got a Hulu account?
Come on. Come on. No. We got a Netflix freaking sponsor.
I do. I honestly do.
Work on that for us, man. De La Sierra Productions.
Yes, so I'm on it right here. So yesterday, I got to meet the one and only, the legendary Mike Tyson.
Shut up, Sammy Jo. Shut up, Sammy Jo. What was that like? What was that like?
It was so dope. First of all, everyone was, paparazzi on him and whatever. And you know me, Tad. I'm not going to press nobody.
Yeah.
I waited a while.
Yeah.
I had my little glasses on. I just waited for this guy to walk in and out.
You were so cute.
Oh, man. I walked over to him and I looked at, I looked at the time. Oh, yeah, I purposely did that. I looked at the time and I was like, oh, it's 4:20. And this guy, Mike had a joint in his hand. They don't let people smoke there.
Oh, wow.
But they let this guy smoke.
Yo, shout out to Originals, too.
Yeah, shout out to the Originals. I'll definitely talk about that later, too. So he was smoking, and I go, oh, that's right, Mike. It's 4:20, huh? And he's like, is it?
That was your conversation starter.
My conversation. I'm like, oh yeah, it's 4:20. Because you know what? Everyone looks so nervous and crazy. They got the phones out. I mean, I get it. I 100% get it. But
it's Mike fucking Tyson.
It's Mike Tyson.
The greatest heavyweight champion of all time.
Yeah.
And people can be opinionated on who the greatest is.
Exactly.
My hero, my favorite fighter ever is Iron Mike Tyson, and he knows that.
Yeah.
You know what? I brought it up right away. I said, my name's Sammy Jo, blah, blah. He was real cool, real attentive to me. We made eye contact. We were already cool from the get. And I was like, this is what I'm doing. I work with Be Real. I go, but I'm working with Tattoo. And he was like, Tattoo. And I'm like, Tat, he already gave you an interview. And then he was like, Tat, he's like, I like that guy. I go, man, we're in Hollywood doing Dash Radio, Big 3, and he said, really? He started really thinking, he goes, I'm actually thinking of starting my own record, label.
Wow.
He's like, Tyson Records.
Nice.
He's like,
Tyson Ranch Records.
Yeah, and I go, well, whenever you want to talk about Tyson Ranch, Tyson Records, fucking Tyson anything.
Hello.
Let's go see Tat.
Good job.
Let's get in there. And he was like, yeah, I want to see Tat again.
Yeah, I want to see Tat again.
I didn't want to put the list on blast, but he really showed in his face how much he really liked you.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope,
so it
and Mike go way back.
Yeah.
We go way back. Yeah. Good
and
stuff.
then later on, I told him, I'm like, all right, man, I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm like, we'll go eat cheese and crackers later.
Good job. Good.
And we did. We ate cheese and crackers. We had fruit. And I go, I told you there was cheese and crackers. You did. It was awesome. It was awesome. Okay, so getting into Netflix. First of all, this came out in 2008. I know it's very old, but I want people to watch it because it has a lot to do with your guys' conversation yesterday. I tuned in yesterday morning, and you were talking about Tyson Ranch, right? That was your big news
Yes.
yesterday?
Yes.
We were talking about Tyson Ranch, and I don't know about you guys, but of course we talk about the stigma when it comes to marijuana and how people make it look bad and this and this and that. Also Tyson, who looks bad for a lot of things that happen with him. So I'm suggesting to watch the documentary on Netflix called Tyson. And basically it goes down like this. It's like, who is Mike Tyson? This is an interesting documentary, and my feels on it right away is surprisingly relatable and emotional.
Yeah, yeah,
Emotional.
I've seen this.
Emotional. So, now this might come off a bit controversial, but in this era of social media and visuals only, I think it's very important for us to hear both sides of the story. So, in other words, society's opinion versus Mike Tyson.
Nice.
Okay? So here's a few things that you will find out when you watch this documentary. What type of environment he grew up in, what triggers his anger, what brings him to tears, and you'll find out what he fears.
Wow. Wow.
Okay?
I love it.
Okay, and in my opinion, you'll find out why he loves weed so much. And why the stigma really needs to fucking go.
Ooh,
Yes.
can we get a round of applause for that?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, recognize.
Yeah, and I don't know about you guys. I mean, I grew up. I grew up with a bad temper. I'm still, going through things that I've had traumas from that I need to let go of. And weed's helped me personally so much.
Right.
You know?
Can this documentary help you as well?
I feel like this documentary can help you understand why Mike Tyson is creating Tyson Ranch, and at the same time you can find out and understand his story and not society's opinion on
Nice.
Tyson.
Very nice. I watched this myself. I'm a huge fan of Mike Tyson, and I was a big fan of this Tyson documentary.
So
I mean, you learn so much. If you haven't seen it, I mean, people already kind of know the backstory of Mike Tyson.
Right.
But this goes all depth.
Right.
It's called Tyson, and
Right.
Tyson is pretty much narrating it himself.
Yes.
Documenting it himself, and Mike Tyson has helped me learn how to deal with myself. When you have a hero like Mike Tyson, and I really call him a hero, and the reason why I call him a hero is because I've battled depression, anger problems. I've been in prison. I've gone through a lot of shit that he's gone through as well.
Yeah.
And he's relatable to me.
Absolutely.
And if I can see the champ make it out of it,
Yep.
then
Exactly.
he gives me hope that I gotta make it out of it too.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And Mike didn't just make it out of it overnight.
No.
This shit, he is still dealing, and I think Mike's at his happiest I've ever seen him, and he's living his happiest time right now, but Mike's still going through shit.
Absolutely.
And he's still
Well, aren't we
coping.
all?
Right.
Yes, of course.
Right,
But he
we-
found marijuana to really help him, and that's a
Exactly.
big part of it.
100%.
Exactly.
And Mike has gone into the marijuana, the cannabis industry in
Right.
full force.
And you know what? I don't feel. I mean, Mike Tyson's Mike Tyson. He's gonna make money even if he goes anywhere. You know what I mean? He could do anything.
Hello.
But
That-
I feel like this is a stronger feeling behind of what he feels weed has changed his life, and I feel the same way because it's he's trying to explain to people like, hey, look, you don't understand. This just helps me.
Yeah.
Like you don't understand what I'm going through, or you don't understand what I'm feeling. It's not just a gateway. And like you said yesterday, RaqC, the productive stoner, we don't get that look of I work 6 jobs and I get stoned.
Exactly. And we need
How
that so
lazy am
bad.
I? You know,
Yeah.
like
Marc Wasserman, Pop Brothers That Law, thoughts of Mike Tyson.
Oh, his one-man show, the Broadway show.
I went to
Oh,
see
yeah.
that at the Pantages.
I mean, that was
so
amazing.
inspirational.
And, he was one of those. Like, I'm not a big boxing fan.
Yeah.
I'm. If somebody's, you got to watch it, right?
Yeah.
I'm like that kind of sports guy with, sports fan with all sports in general. Love basketball, right? But somebody great comes along in any sport, I'm gonna watch it. And if I still like to YouTube the videos of those, like the Trevor Burbick fight.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
the power that guy had, and then just everything else he went through after all that.
And him opening into the cannabis
Yeah.
world.
Well, opening up with that one man show, opening up his life
Yeah.
and his soul to the world.
Yeah.
It's like a
You
big
know,
long monologue.
shout out to Spike Lee, who
Yeah.
I believe directed that and was instrumental in putting that together. It's just amazing. And now having him come into the cannabis industry, I mean, I'm happy to be there side by side to help break the stigma, which is
Yes.
one of the big things that, me and my brother have been doing letting everybody know throughout the world that, hey, we smoke pot, I dab, I do this, and I got no problem with it. It's the way I choose to medicate, and it shouldn't be stigmatized. I don't have a problem with the word stoner, but right now it's spicoli and you're lazy.
Yes. Shaggy,
You're getting stoned.
Yeah.
You know, people
I
are
like
throwing
to say
stones at your head, and you're hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
And that just ain't it. Successful stoners, like you were saying,
Exactly.
productive, doing
Exactly.
things. I got up at 4 a.m., worked out, did a little work, and got over here. You know,
Right.
as we all had to get here
Right.
early in the morning. You
And
know?
exactly like you said, you're not a boxing fan. I don't think this is just for boxing fans, and I don't think this is just for men. This is just for people to understand another side of someone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
also
right.
see why weed would help and not be so looked upon as stoner.
Someone who was great at
Right.
A
at
legend.
something, you know. What I mean?
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that was
Hey.
the one and only. Yes. Next Friday,
Yeah.
she's back.
I'm on it.
Sammy at the movie. There it is, Sammy Jo the Fox.
Yeah.
And it is 3 minutes till the top of the hour. This is Tattoo and the Crew. Going by really fast, guys. My goodness.
Seriously.
I want to shout out Marc Wasserman, the better looking half of the Pop Brothers at Law. He is in the studio right now. He's going to get ready to take your calls. 323-230-4445. Join him to the left. My man, Uncimo. You want to talk to Uncimo, cannabis connoisseur, wise man. They're here in the studio. Open up the phone lines. We're gonna give some legal advice. It's Shut the Fuck Up Fridays. Woo! And man, I love you guys. Pop Brothers at Law. Y'all were in the Legado 7 video.
Yes.
Shout out to Legado 7. They got how many millions of views does that video have now? Yo, have you seen the video that you guys are in?
I have.
Did I not tell you these dudes are the biggest Mexican group in the world right now?
Yes.
So the Pop Brothers at Law, Cannabis Talk 101, they did an appearance in this video, Legado 7.
Nice.
And how many?
772,000.
782,000. 782,000.
And I think it just dropped like a week ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
it just dropped.
Yeah.
It just dropped a week
Yeah.
ago, and these guys are amazing, man. And the Pop Brothers at Law, Cannabis Talk 101, Blue, Joe Grande, Mark, the better looking half of the Pop Brothers at Law. They did an appearance in the video, but it's so dope that this is a Mexican banda. You
Yeah.
know, sing straight ranchera corridos. You know what I'm saying? Chili Willy, the song Chili Willy is the video. It's their first single off their new record, and for them to get the Pop Brothers at Law, Cannabis Talk 101 in the video like that, and they kick off the video and they're doing "Shut the fuck up." I mean, it was awesome.
I was humbled and very pleased that they knew the script and to shut the fuck up, and they know
Yes,
the Pop
they
Brothers
loved
at Law
it.
were,
They
and
absolutely
we're
loved it.
happy to do that collaboration and to do it again. And we got to do the script in Spanish, so I'm working on it. I don't have it yet.
Yeah.
I'll come back on a Friday. I'm gonna have it.
That
Make
would
sure
be
you
great.
debut it on the show when you translate
yeah.
it into Spanish.
Please
Please do.
We will.
So Mark, what are we gonna get into in the next hour?
Well, I'm happy to take questions and offer information, but I do have something pretty important that I want to talk about regarding a report came out from the Congressional Research Service, which was assessing cannabis.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I'm gonna get into a song and then we're gonna come back to this.
Okay.
Okay, so but you do got some great news for us as far
Yes, as it relates to cannabis DUIs.
Okay, guys, we're gonna come back in 4 minutes. In 4 minutes, Marc Wasserman, the better looking half of the Pop Brothers at Law. Follow them right now. Mark, what's the tag so that people could follow right now?
Pop Brothers at Law on Instagram, POT_@_brothers_at_law, and on Facebook, Pop Brothers at Law, and everywhere.
Yeah, just add to their 1 million followers. It's no big deal. Rest in peace, Tupac. Happy birthday to you, legend.
Yeah.
All week long, right here on Dash Radio.
Gemini.
Enjoy your pop-up Tupac station. I mean, that's why you love Dash Radio, right?
Jeez.
DJ Ski, John Halterman, shout out to both y'all, man. Y'all killing this shit over here on Dash.
They think of everything, which
Absolutely,
is beautiful.
man. And on Sunday, Father's Day, what no better way to celebrate Father's Day than also honor the life and times of the one and only Tupac Shakur. It is his birthday this Sunday. So if you love Tupac, if you want to enjoy Tupac all weekend, you want to enjoy Tupac all week, find the pop-up station here on Dash Radio, Tupac.
And they say he has a couple of kids floating around out there. We shall never know.
Yeah,
Maybe his family knows.
Well, shit, they say Tupac's still floating around out there.
I
too.
heard he's chilling in Cuba.
Yeah, I'm so sick and tired of these Tupac conspiracies too. The guy's gone.
You know,
Let him rest in peace.
I wouldn't doubt that Tupac, and right, like, I wouldn't doubt that he's such a smart enough dude to make himself disappear and to go redo something.
Right.
Like, seriously, I wouldn't doubt that.
All right, guys. It is 5 minutes after the hour. Hanging out with Marc Wasserman, the better-looking half of the Pop Brothers at Law, Uncimo. He is a cannabis connoisseur, very wise man, rapper, doing his thing. And let's chop it up right now with the better-looking half of the Pop Brothers at Law, Cannabis Talk 101, the one, the only Marc Wasserman.
Thank you very much, Tattoo. Always good to come out and share some knowledge.
Yes, please share the knowledge with us.
And so, we're going into a weekend, we're going into the summer, and some big news came out with regards that's going to impact the defense of cannabis DUIs, alleged cannabis DUIs. We have seen a huge uptick in these allegations since legalization, partial legalization, I should say. And the Congressional Research Service came out with their report last month, May 14th, assessing cannabis and psychomotor performance, and they declare that THC levels are not correlated with driver impairment.
Okay, so
Huge.
Marc Wasserman, please explain that in like tattoo
Layman's term.
Please.
Tattoo terms. Well,
Yes.
there's layman terms.
So that people like me
Tattoo
can understand. There's a lot of tattoos listening.
Simplified as fuck.
Simply speaking, there is no scientific way for the prosecutor to prove that because of the levels of THC in your blood were X amount, that it means you were impaired to drive. Now, to better understand that, let's talk about alcohol, because that's what everybody knows.
Right.
Everybody knows alcohol, and it's long been studied that alcohol impairs your motor functions, and it impairs you to drive. And so laws were created, like here in California, 0.08 is a legal presumption that you are impaired to drive.
Right.
Period. And all they have to show is you have 0.08 or more in your blood. Now, as an aside to that, because that's 23152B of the vehicle code, 23152A, which a lot of people don't know, is still a DUI to drive with any measurable amount in your blood. So even one shot, they can charge you with that, but they still have to prove your driving was impaired.
Correct.
So if you're driving with over 0.08 alcohol and you get pulled over for a simple traffic stop, not because you were swerving all over the road, then if you get arrested and you have that 0.08 or more, it's going to be presumed that you can't drive. And then as the defense, you're able to rebut that presumption with other evidence, which, just to interject, why it's always very, very important to remember, especially on Shut the Fuck Up Fridays, to shut the fuck up and not answer questions when the cops ask, and in California, not to do those field sobriety tests. They are voluntary. You don't have to do them, and they use that as a way to show you're impaired, because typically you're not getting, and again, not talking to people who are impaired. If you're drunk, if you're impaired on anything, prescription medication, cannabis if it's too much for you, alcohol, sleep deprivation, if you shouldn't be driving, don't drive. And so the people who are swerving and get pulled over because they're driving erratically, because they're impaired, they should be in jail and off the roads.
Right.
90% of these DUIs that happen start with a simple traffic stop. And a big one today is, and this is where racial profiling is illegal, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
it happens all day long.
and under the guise of what? Oh, there wasn't a license plate light. I'm seeing this a lot. The light under your license plate in the back is out.
Right.
That's a violation.
Yeah.
You know, some people
They'll find the smallest shit to just pull you over for.
Well, or
and you don't even know, like, what? What do you mean? I thought you'd be like framing me or something, setting me up. Like,
what kind of cars are getting pulled over? You know, make, model, old. So nonetheless, it's hard to challenge those. But once they start talking to you and you exercise your rights, and then later down the road, if you have to deal with a case like a DUI, we're going to be able to handle it. So,
now, did you hear about this? The first overdose of marijuana?
Yes, we talked about it on Cannabis Talk 101.
Yeah, there's a report now that there was the first legal overdose of marijuana. Now,
what does that look like? Falling asleep?
Mark, please help us with this.
Absolutely, Joe Grande. Actually,
is he the one that freaking overdosed on marijuana? Oh shit! Never mind. We got a sports report coming. He's alive. He's alive and well. Shit.
Joe Grande.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Joe Grande.
Never in the history of Earth. Never in the history of recorded history, medical science, anything has there ever been a related. I drove high and I crashed.
Right.
I overdosed. I took too much. Never. Now all of a sudden there's an overdose.
A doctor in the coroner's office out there has made this allegation or claim, and Joe Grande, who couldn't overdose on anything if he ever tried.
Yeah.
He hasn't tried anything 21 years, but yeah, he couldn't overdose. But he, God love him, called the coroner's office, wanted to talk to the doctor.
Wow.
And say, we'd like to Cannabis Talk 101. This is the first. We want to get the information. What's going on? Because all you hear like wildfire is what you just said. That headline.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right. That's what the media thrives on.
And there's nothing else other than that.
And you get a bunch of lame fucks who don't know nothing about cannabis, and they see, I told you can die from this, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to start a wildfire of this potential, because this is a doctor. This is a medical professional, not somebody claiming, because we've heard of somebody died over here. This is the first time we've ever seen a doctor actually come out and give this as an opinion or diagnosis. And when Joe called, he got a call back from an assistant or somebody, and they said doctor's not doing any type of interviews.
Oh, yeah.
Or radio
all
or
of a sudden,
TV
all of a sudden,
or
right?
anything.
One of
Just
the
saying that.
if not the biggest cannabis talk show in the world, Cannabis Talk 101. How would you not want to go on a show when you got attorneys? I mean, come on.
Well, as my big brother
Is that of course they're afraid, scared of what the
I mean,
kind
of
of
course,
backlash you're gonna get?
I'm not in their head, but like my brother said, fake news. Come talk to us about it. If it really happened, we need to know.
Right.
So and it's so crazy because there's so many different ways you can go with this. What was it? Was it laced with something? Was it a bad strain? Was she? How many other problems did she have? Was she about to die anyway? I mean, I don't know. We don't know any of this stuff. And was it a contributing factor?
Did they already have a bad heart or something? They could have had a fucking heart attack right there, and then they're gonna, you know what I mean?
And I believe that's what the coroner said. The heart slowed down so much because of the THC that she died. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but
what you think about that?
It's a propaganda, man.
Thank you.
Marijuana has never killed nobody. It can't kill you. The THC does not have a murdering effect in it. This is a creation by God, the creator of a universe. He gave us the perfect medicine. Mankind pissed all over what God gave us alcohol to keep us separated. If everybody in the world was smoking weed, never would have got fucking illegal, we wouldn't be having half the fucking problems we got right now.
And you medicate daily.
Oh, dear.
Daily, and you medicate wherever you need be, you medicate.
I keep vaporizing. Shout out to my folks. They keep me straight at X-Vape, man. I got all kind of vapes that I use.
X-Vape.
Yeah, xvapeusa.com, and mention Uncimo and you get a discount. But vaporizing is the thing of the future because you can do it anyway. I can literally vape right now in the studio. You wouldn't even know I was vaping.
Right.
Because it doesn't blow smoke out.
Well, but let's not, because I don't want DJ Ski.
This guy got busted on us.
We already have problems parking. We already have problems parking here. We don't need problems getting kicked out the damn studio. Jesus. But I'm a big fan of yours as far as where you medicate. One of the way I first encountered Uncimo was this amazing video on Instagram where you're sitting in the back of an Uber. The Uber's going and you're taping yourself, selfieing, and you're getting this video on, and you're asking the Uber driver, "Hey, can I smoke?" And the Uber driver says, "Sure, go ahead and smoke." And you light up a J, and you're smoking a joint.
Well, it's not a J. It was a device. It was you press the button and you smoke.
Right, and it was so real, it's so natural.
Did that video go viral?
Of course, it was
It's
fucking
got,
all
it's
over.
got over 50 million views.
50 million
Right,
views.
Uncimo.
50 million views on Uncimo. So I can't believe you haven't seen this video. He's in the back of an Uber, and the Uber's like, "Hey, are you smoking?" He's like, "Yeah, motherfucker, you said I could," and the way I'm trying to do my impression. "Yeah, motherfucker, I said you said I could fucking smoke," and he's like, "What?" And he's like,
I didn't say you could smoke that shit.
I didn't say you could smoke that shit. He's like, "Well, motherfucker, I didn't ask you if I could smoke a cigarette. I just asked you if I could fucking smoke." And did you get kicked out of the Uber?
He kicked me out of the Uber.
He kicked him out of the Uber.
And you were recording the whole time?
Yeah,
He was recording the whole time.
But the end of it was the best part because the end I let out a big hunk.
Yeah.
And that's the part I think sent it viral when that big hunk of smoke hit it like that.
Yeah, because Unc has a great way of smoking. Like he smokes to the side, he's like, he blows out to the side, but he blows out. Unc, you got lungs in you. And at your age right now, Unc, and you are a vet, correct?
Disabled, 100%
Disabled. You served for our country.
A lot of vets smoke.
There's a lot of.
they need it.
There's a lot of. You were also on drugs, right?
I was on heroin in 1969.
Heroin in 1969 to cope with.
Because of the war, because they didn't have PTSD back then. The only thing we had to get us through the process of not losing our mind because of what we saw. I was 19 years old. I was 18 years old when I went to Vietnam. And the things that we saw, our minds were so fucked up. And I got a case I was talking to you when I was on Five Brothers at Law about. I lost 4 friends in the war that I need to know what happened to these dudes. It get emotional, and I don't even want to talk about it, but I want to find out what happened to them because the government fucked over us. They separated us like slaves in the night because of a fight. They didn't give us an Article 15. They didn't give us a court-martial. That's your just day in court. They never gave us that. They just separated us like they used to do slaves in the old days, send you to another plantation, send you to another plantation. That's not how the government works. That's not how the military works. These guys volunteered to serve their country and they got fucked over.
Wow.
And fast forwarding to, if you don't mind me saying your age, what
I'm 68 right
68 years old. You look great for
great.
68.
Well, I'm like RaqC said, I believe that you have to use your body. If you don't use it, you don't use the motion, you're gonna lose it.
And do you give cannabis a big reason for you even being here?
The whole reason, my whole process, the only reason I'm here, and thank God for having me around all these wonderful people, and it's nervous being around all this beauty. I know you got your hands full every day.
You know how hard it is to
You
do this
looking,
fucking show.
and you facing this all day, you know what I mean? I be like fucking nervous.
Yeah, we do a show for I do a show for 3 hours. I got a hard on for about 2 hours and 45 minutes throughout the show.
And then I saw the body on RaqC outside, just not God have mercy.
She was doing squats a minute ago.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna get a picture with
I have
RaqC.
no idea.
But the only reason I'm sitting here is because of the power of God.
Yeah.
My whole process is by the power of God. And I'm not a religious dude. I'm very spiritual. Religious, I was a Catholic boy. I used to pass every church, make the sign of the cross, all that. I went to the Baptist church. I watched all the preachers sleep with all the women in the process. And the money they collect that they do not give back to the community with. So I found spirituality to be the best way. I know each and every one of us created by the same great creator. Just because you have been told you're a Mexican, you've been told you whatever, I'm told I was this and he's told you that. That's fucking bullshit. We all people, man.
Yeah.
We're all fucking people, but they got our minds so twisted to think. And white folks, not all white folks, but a lot of white folks walk around this country so fucking, like you said, privileged. That I'm afraid to travel the country. I'm not gonna go through Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. I know I could fucking possibly go to jail or get killed in those states. It's racist. They're fucking racist in this country. And we don't need that. We need a country that's gonna unite the people, man. We got leadership right now trying to tear the fucking country apart.
And you know what's crazy, man, is you would think in like Southern Cali, that's where it should be the most
peaceful,
and it's still not. It's still fucked up. And that, getting back to Marc Wasserman, the better looking half of the Pop Brothers at Law. Let me ask you a question, Mark.
Yeah.
Being an attorney, because this is something that I fear as a citizen driving.
Exactly.
I like to light up while I drive.
So that's illegal.
It's illegal.
I mean,
I get pulled over and I got a joint lit in my car. I can go to jail.
Yeah, they could. So here's the deal. So and just recently,
Damn, that sucks, Mark.
and just
I know, it
recently,
kills me.
that just recently became illegal to smoke in your car. There was no actual vehicle code or section for that as any kind of a crime.
But you can smoke a cigarette, which is disgusting.
Which is
Yes.
which is poison.
Yes, which
Yeah.
kills you.
And
You can smoke a big old fucking cigar.
and it's an
With
infraction.
children
It's
in
an
the car.
infraction.
With children in the car.
Here's it's an infraction to do it. So it's like running a red light. Now, but the danger there is it's not going to stop there. They will take you in under DUI suspicion. That's the worst part of this scenario that you're asking about.
Now, what about if my car smells? I haven't smoked. I have a roach in my ashtray. The car smells like marijuana.
Okay, so
Do they have the right to pull me out and say, "Hey, your car smells like marijuana. We want to check your trunk. Does that give them the automatic right to search?
no,
It doesn't.
I don't know, because smell and possession of up to an ounce. Possession of up to an ounce is legal now. More than an ounce, illegal. So you can possess it now, but you are supposed to put it in your trunk. Keep it locked away. So the roach in there, you don't want to do that.
Okay.
You want to eat it.
So get
Or get rid of
Throw it
it.
out of the window.
keep your roaches out of your ashtrays.
And keep
don't
everything
tell
in
them,
the
shut
trunk.
the fuck up. Don't
Yeah.
That is exactly. Uncimo knows. He knows.
But Mark,
Definitely
honestly,
knows.
I think it's easier to said than done, because I think
It
when you
is.
see authority, you feel this need to answer their questions. So how do you I know you just say shut the fuck up Fridays, and I get it, but when they're just there and they're like and they're asking you questions, if
Aggressively.
I stay quiet, can they arrest me for staying quiet? And because it feels so awkward.
Okay, so here's the thing.
What if I just completely shut down on an officer because I don't want to incriminate myself?
That's the best thing to do. And if they say step out of the car, you step out of the car.
You do.
Yes. Yeah, here's the thing. We live in this country where there's laws and rules and regulations, some of which we like, some of which we don't. Everybody has their opinions, but we empower the police to do a job. We're not all, it's not the Wild West, we all don't have guns on our hips walking around. We allow them to have the guns and the authority to check things out. So, yes, they can do that. Whether or not your rights are being violated, maybe they are at that moment, that's not the time to worry about it. Because once you start, then it escalates. So because I see these videos all the time, as I'm sure we all have, people getting tased, and none of that should ever happen, ever. But a lot of the times, it's because I know my rights. I don't have to get out of the car. I don't know, and they start arguing. I mean, there's good cops, there's bad cops, there's good of everything, and cops have a tough job. They make a traffic stop, they pull and go up to a stranger's window, they could get shot. It's happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A simple traffic, and they get shot. So hey, we don't have to approach strangers in our daily lives for the most part, and this is what they have to do. And we as people in this society, let's make their job easier, which is why we say put your hands, and just comply. Get out of the car, put your hands behind your back, whatever it is, comply.
Do it.
And say nothing. And then if they arrest you...
Can they arrest you for not saying nothing?
No.
They could say, oh, well, you're not cooperating with
Well, so to answer your question, no. They can't arrest you for that, but they can arrest you because we think you're under the influence. That's what we think. We think, it smells in here, and look at your eyes. We're going to arrest you on suspicion of
That's
DUI.
whack, man.
They can,
Push you into
on
that.
their opinion.
Yeah.
They unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who they're actually arresting, if it is somebody who should be off the road, they're doing quote unquote their job, and you have a lot of cops that take pleasure in their power
Hello.
and use it and abuse it. And here's the other thing: if you don't listen to what these things that happen, at the end of the day, when these cops are if they're being prosecuted, a lot of the times they're not, because it doesn't get past, I was afraid for my life.
Right.
This guy yelled at me, he moved, he reached, he did whatever it is to allow them to use this phrase, I was afraid for my life, so I had to use life-threatening force as a crutch to, killing somebody, or, hurt, or whatever the case may be. And if it goes to trial, we're seeing them get acquitted based on the same argument. So if you do what we say, and you are just you say the 25 words, you shut the fuck up, and those cops start tasing you and do anything, you have not been aggressive, they're not going to get away.
Mark, do your kids know you smoke?
Oh, absolutely.
And how old are they?
I have a 14-year-old who's a freshman in high school, 9-year-old fifth grader, and my daughter is 5.
And how do you break it down to them, or do they just see you smoke?
Well, no, they never see me smoke because I don't smoke around my kids. You shouldn't smoke anything around your kids,
Right.
cigars, whatever it is. But they know that I medicate with cannabis the same way that their mother in the morning or in the evening takes a couple pills for a certain whatever, that's prescribed to her by doctors. And this is what physicians have told, given me the right to do. And they also understand, especially my oldest, my 14-year-old, who I think he runs into people at his high school who, know who the brothers are.
Dude, your dad's so cool. Man. You know, in high school, you have to be the coolest dad for a kid. You know what I mean? Like, dude, and everyone's gonna want to hang out with your kid because if they get caught up, their best friend, dad is Marc Wasserman, the pop brother at law. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and he does deal with people out of school who say, why does he?
And then not only that, Mark, but if you can't be there, well, they got the uncle too. You know?
He's scary. He's scary.
All right.
He's the enforcer. But
he's not on the emergency card.
No, but my son, he had a friend ask him, why does your dad smoke and cuss all the time?
Right.
And so he understands and he tells people, my dad is fighting for people to be able to use medicine the way they want to use it.
Right.
And he's out there showing that it's okay, and that's what my dad does.
Now your 14-year-old comes to you and says, Dad, I'm ready to smoke. I'm ready to light one up. What do you do with it? What do you want? Do you guide him through that? Do you give him his first J? How would that work if your son said to you, Dad, I don't want to hide this from you.
Sure.
I don't want to do this with my friends. I want to experiment. I want to try this. What does Marc Wasserman
The
say
first thing I would say is I commend you for coming to me like that. Like I've always told you, if anybody offers you anything, you say no. You're curious about anything, you come to me. You have a dad who I could tell you all about any drug or whatever you want to know. And if that's where you feel like you want to learn about it or whatever, you learn it from me. So if he comes to me like that, I'm gonna tell him that. And I'm gonna ask him why, and let him tell me why. Whether it's I just want to try it or I'm not sure. I don't know.
Right.
Whatever it is.
And you may even talk him out of it.
And
you never know.
Right. And after a discussion, wherever that leads, and telling him, okay, now go talk to your mom, and if she says yes, I'll take you out to the backyard.
Nice.
And of course, my mother, my wife, his mother, is going to say no. Are you crazy?
Right.
And then
Your wife runs the show, huh?
She's going to probably yell at me
And
for even suggesting
and at
that
the
I
end of
would
the
do
day,
it.
it could be worse. You could have a dad like mine who wanted to, show me the whole rundown on heroin. You know what I'm saying?
The first time I did
Like, if you're gonna learn this, people, you better learn it the right way, man.
The first time I did it, I was 15, and I was poking through my big brother's bedroom. Guess what? He's 15. He's 22, I think, when I was 15. And I was going through his bedroom, and I found this little black wooden box. Opened it up. It had green leafy substance in it. I knew a smell, and I'd seen him smoke out of this little plastic bong before, and it was in there. And as I was looking at it, trying to figure out what to do and how to use it, my mom came in.
Oh,
And
that had to suck.
she was not happy. My dad came in. But they weren't happy. What are you going through your brother's stuff?
Right.
I mean, that was really the first.
That was the.
What are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. You want to try that? Well, wait till your brother gets home. And so he got home, and then they actually, at that point, I was like, I don't even know if I know. And they my brother's like, no, now you're gonna try it, do it.
Right.
And so I took a little bong rip, and all I know is that after that, I didn't use cannabis again until I was 21 in college. So, but that was my first time. Yeah, that's how my parents dealt with it. And they were also, and they had impressed upon me, don't do it out of the house. And it was like that with anything. You want to go be with a girl or something, bring her to the house and use condoms. Right. You want to do it at the house, so it's here.
Yeah.
So I did it at the house.
All right, guys. Hey, it's 32 minutes after the hour. Hanging out with Marc Wasserman, better looking half the Pop Brothers at Law. Cannabis Talk 101, by far the baddest cannabis talk show in the world.
Thank you.
Uncimo. Do you have my song ready?
Yeah, I can't send it to you. Can you play it off the phone?
I can absolutely play it off the phone.
It's rather long, so if you could just play like the first 5 minutes, because it's a 10-minute song.
And is this that iPhone 10 thing?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you need that plug, man. I need that plug.
The adapter.
Yeah, I need that adapter.
Uncimo is like, has a better phone.
Look at the thing is, Unc's ahead, but he's also behind. You know what I'm
I should have had that.
He
I
should
don't know
have
why it won't let me send it to you there.
But here's what I'm gonna do, man, because we got Pop Brothers at Law. Anything before we wrap things up. You had another story. I'm gonna get into a record. We're gonna come back. We're gonna finish up right here. We're gonna wrap up with the Pop Brothers at Law. Attorney Marc Wasserman, Uncimo, RaqC, Sammy Jo the Fox. This is Tattoo and the Marc Wasserman, Pop Brothers at Law. Before we let you go, please continue.
All right, I just want to circle back to the cannabis impairment, driving, and these under the influence laws and ridiculousness, and the report that I was reading from, which has the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, known as NHTSA, say that using a measure of THC as evidence of a driver's impairment is not supported by scientific evidence. So it's so important that you don't give them anything to use against you as a way for them to say you're impaired to drive. Like doing these field sobriety tests. Again, in California, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do the on-site breathalyzer. If arrested under the suspicion of DUI, then when you're at the station, you have to do a blood, breath, or urine test. If you don't, the California DMV will take your license away for 1 year under what's called the implied consent law.
Damn, I don't want that.
And and most people don't even realize that when they sign their driver's license, you're signing that you agree with the implied consent law, which says if I'm on the highway driving a motor vehicle and I get pulled over and a cop thinks I am DUI and they arrest me, I have to do a blood, breath, or urine test. And if drugs are suspected, it has to be a blood test. And again, if you refuse, DMV will take your license and they're going to get your blood anyway because they can get a search warrant from a judge to sign it and go take your blood.
But I've used one of those before and I didn't get arrested, and it was because I was literally coming back from a club. I was dressed in a Superwoman costume, like booty shorts and everything.
Of course you're not getting arrested.
Yeah.
No. But this cop was a jerk. He was a jerk. It was two of them. They were trying to intimidate me. CHP. It was me and my ex-boyfriend. It was intense. And I was like, I am not going to jail. I wasn't even swerving because I was drunk. I was swerving because I was tired.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? I said, I don't have to submit to that. And he was just like, yes, you do. And then I just started talking in Spanish in my head, and I don't know. They're like, you know what? Have a good night. Go grab yourself a burrito.
Wow.
I was like, I don't know.
They really said that to you,
They said that to me. I was like, I don't know if that was a compliment, like go get sober, bitch, or if I was Latina.
Right. No,
But
it's
I was
because you're
like,
Latina.
Either way, thank you for letting me go.
Right.
Yeah.
I will go get a burrito.
Marc, and isn't what you're saying a little extreme though? Like that's the most extreme it can be. I mean, you got to get a real asshole cop to go through all this shit that you're talking about.
Well, yes, or a cop who's just at wit's end at that day. Maybe he had some other issues or whatever. So, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who the cop is. 50-50 who you're going to get. You never know. You stick to what we say, you're either going to get let off with a warning, or you're going to get taken into custody, and if anything went wrong, we're going to be able to expose it. Now, I know you have listeners everywhere, all over the world and all over the nation, and I want to get this out, that there are currently 12 states, Arizona, Delaware, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Michigan, Oklahoma, Rhode Island, South Dakota, Utah, and Wisconsin, which have zero tolerant laws. So if you get pulled over under suspicion, if you have any THC in your blood, it's illegal to drive in those states. And that's all they have to prove is that you had THC in your blood. Zero tolerance. which is just amazing to me, absolutely ridiculous. And look at the cluster of where these states are, and this is the problem with the stigma that's already out there that needs to spread across all of America, not just here and on the coast, but in the middle and in these places that have these ridiculous laws where people who will be subject to arrest and possibly going to jail, and they're not criminals,
right.
And I've been doing criminal defense for 23 years. Maybe 3% of my clients are criminals. And that's
like they've actually murdered somebody.
Well, I don't know about murder, but the part of their job is being part of some sort of criminal enterprise, and they might go to jail for a while and then come out, and that's just there's life. That's the life, as they so-called say, and that's a reality. But everybody else that comes to see me for defense, they are somebody who made a mistake, did something stupid, or what have you, got in a situation, wrong place, wrong time, and are being accused of committing a crime. Which, and I'll leave everybody with this. We certainly teach everybody about their rights and to shut the fuck up, and it's Friday, and we celebrate that. But it's so important for everybody to take that jury summons and go to jury duty. Because you are the people, we are the people who can make sure that somebody pulled over in this circumstance and is being accused of cannabis DUI.
Great point.
The more people we get in those juror boxes who smoke, and a lot of people do, but they won't admit it. But they won't convict somebody. What? Oh, he had 3 joints. He had a couple hits. And if they don't know any of that information, the reason they know that is because they said, "Oh, I just had a joint an hour ago, officer. I just had this 24 hours ago," and you get the wrong people in the jury box. And, "Oh, you smoked, and then you can't do that." So the more people that take that civic duty seriously. And when you get there, even for those people who don't use cannabis or don't drink and don't do anything, straight-laced, that's great. But don't look at that defendant who's sitting there and put that stigma on him, because it's still innocent until proven guilty. And just because he's got an attorney next to him and the prosecutor's pointing that finger that this guy did something, you have a duty to hear everything. And especially, I'm going to go back to these cannabis cases, even possession and everything. We get enough of the cannabis community, which I believe is an overwhelming majority of the entire population, because most of them are in the closet and won't admit it. Come out, do your duty. We won't see these types of convictions. And when we get that going, then that's when the DAs say, "Oh, well, maybe we shouldn't file these cases because conviction aren't happening." So know your rights.
That's a great
Follow
point.
the Pop Brothers at Law on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. Cannabis Talk 101 is on Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Go ahead, plug the station too, man.
101.5 FM, KOCIRadio.com. Get tuned in, get educated, we stay medicated, and we've got a lot of exciting things coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Pop Brothers at
Yeah.
Law.
Thank you for so much knowledge.
Yeah.
My
Knowledge
pleasure.
is power, man.
I want to thank Mr. Jose Mauricio.
Jose Mauricio.
Jose Mauricio, Roxy's dad. I want to
Thank
thank
you.
my dad. I want to thank you, Sammy Jo, Sammy at the movies, Marc Wasserman, better looking half of the Pop Brothers at Law. I want to thank the man with the smallest penis in the world, my friend Joe Grande. And before we get on out, once again, you guys, happy Father's Day weekend to you. Enjoy yourselves. Love your father. I mean, like Uncimo said, man, every day celebrate your parents, man. But it is special for those that do like to treat their parents to a little extra special day.
Yeah,
Sunday.
definitely. Buy him a extra beer.
Show some love. Stepfathers, fathers, husbands,
Legal guardians too.
legal guardians.
Like-
you deserve this. You deserve like a homo homie,
He
man.
adopted
You know what I'm
his
saying?
niece.
Oh, that's a beautiful
Oh,
thing,
that's
homie, homo homie. Erica, we love you, man. And to my good friends, my amazing production team, my Nano. Happy Father's Day to you. De La Sierra Productions. Thank you so very much. So, some of the great fathers out there that I know: Mike Savage, Louis the 13th, my boy Chili Willie. Man, I Baby Bash. I love you guys, man. You guys are great. I don't have one friend that's not a good dad. I won't fuck with you if you're not a good dad.
Good.
I don't have one friend that's not a good dad. I swear on everything I love. I just can't do that. I just can't be friends with someone that's not a good dad.
And to all the deadbeats, I hope you feel guilty as hell.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
Absolutely. And again, man,
Shout out to my dad.
Thank you so much. Yo, shout out to Originals.
Yes.
Shout out to Cure Joints, West Coast Cure, and Sammy Jo. Tonight there's a big party for Originals.
Exclusive launch. In fact, Nano's gonna join me, which is really dope. We get to work together tonight.
Nice.
You know, another opportunity.
Beautiful.
And it's gonna be very small for now, but it's gonna be
VIP tickets only.
Man.
VIP only, man. This is
cannot get in.
This is an exclusive invite right there.
Yes.
For Originals, their launch.
Yes, and this is a story that will eventually hit Netflix as well.
For sure, man.
Ooh, I'll be at the K-Town night market tonight.
Nice.
Just surrounded by a bunch of Asians eating Korean food.
That
in
sounds
LA.
so good. And later on today, guys, in just a few hours, I'm gonna be taping with Ice Cube, DJ Pooh. Again, I had a chance to announce this week, but I am the new host of All About Big 3. It's an all-new show you can catch on the Big 3 app, big3.com, the YouTube channel Big 3. And please, this is very important. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We want to get to 1,000 by the weekend so that on Monday, I can pay off.
Monday?
Yes.
You want to do this Monday?
Well, RaqC, if we get 1,000 over the weekend, we are gonna have to do this on Monday. So you better get the freaking toes on, man. Okay. We said 24 hours. We said we would pay off in 24 hours. We gotta.
Okay, so let me tell you where the YouTube channel is at right now. We said if we get to 1,000 subscribers, Tattoo will suck my toes.
Yes.
You said you're gonna do the most.
Oh, you know.
I don't know if I'm believing that you're gonna get 2 bottles of Moet.
No.
And suck my toes.
RaqC, let me tell you something.
That's a lot of money on me.
If we're gonna do, I don't care how much money it is. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right.
You're gonna have a lot of girls craving for you to suck their toes after that.
Well, they ain't gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters. They could go ahead and crave. They could go ahead and want. They could go ahead and feel. They better ask their husbands or their boyfriends because you're the only one that's gonna get my mouth on those frickin' pills.
Oh gosh!
And I am gonna pour Moet 2 bottles.
Are you gonna put some J&S guacamole on?
No, I'm not. But
Uncimo, are you hearing this shit?
Baby, what? I saw your body, all right?
RaqC, we're gonna blindfold you. I'm gonna make sure I bring strawberries. I'm gonna bring glasses of champagne. I'm gonna pour. Well, you know what? Then fuck it. I won't.
No.
You look at me like I'm crazy. I need to get in the fucking mood,
I think she's
RaqC.
really fancy.
No, I don't think she wants this. It looks like you're getting grossed out by this. Hey, we're gonna blindfold you. Okay, so you don't have to see who's doing this.
Okay, but this is the thing. It's not about seeing. It's about the sensation. I like this, Tat.
Okay,
I enjoy. This is like.
So why would
foreplay.
you keep questioning
So
all
can
these
you
things
imagine
I want to do?
We're live on YouTube and we're doing this. And can you imagine I like climax from this shit? What's wrong with this?
Shit.
Let it go.
That'd be great for ratings.
Hey, that'd be great for Tat.
That'd be great for ratings.
The whole world is gonna hear me. Like, no, my dad would not be proud. He'd be
So
like, what are you
please,
doing?
ladies
We're
and
at
gentlemen.
461 subscribers right now.
I'm trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the weekend, so that on Monday we can come in. I could bring the bubbly, we could bring the champagne, we could bring the strawberry, we could bring the blindfold, and make sure those feet are done this weekend, babe. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
going to get a pedicure after this.
You know, hey, we're gonna do it right here live in the studio.
Yes, indeed.
RaqC will have her toes sucked by me. And it's going to be an amazing payoff. And thank you for you subscribing to our YouTube. Thank you. It means absolutely everything. Thank you for tuning in to Tattoo and the Crew every single morning. We'll be back on Monday morning, 7 a.m. If you missed Uncimo, if you missed Pop Brothers at Law, if you missed our parents, our dad on air, the official game show, Who Knows Their Kid Best, 3 p.m. Pacific time right here. Also, the Tupac station is running right here on Dash. Happy birthday to Tupac. Pop-up station, 24 hours, 7 days, Tupac, non-stop, uninterrupted, commercial-free. And before we get on out of here, I want to thank JNS in Montebello, my good friend Jesse Valencia. Thank you for the food this morning. And I want to thank Glass for Less. BMG Glass. You can find them on Facebook. Google All American Blown Glass. No imports. And all the information is there. BMG Glass. And they sponsored the show today where you can get all your great rigs, your bongs, your glass, These guys are amazing. BMG Glass. Facebook them, Google them, All American Blow Glass, and you'll find BMG Glass. Thank you once again for tuning in to Tattoo and the Crew every single morning, Monday through Friday, 7 to 10 a.m. I absolutely, downloading this Dash radio app. Thank you so very much. Tuning in to Big 3 Radio. It means absolutely everything. RaqC, anything before we get on out of here?
Just make sure you do your squats every day. Today's day 5 of our 100 squat a day challenge for 30 days. So day 5, get that ass on point for summer. And just follow me. Follow me on social media. The Snap is popping. I hit 29 million on Snapchat. So at RaqC's World, at Radio RaqC on Snapchat. So,
Sammy Jo, anything before we go?
No, I'm going to be at the launch party tonight. Shout out to the originals. And you guys could also follow me at Sammy Jo the Fox.
Uncimo.
Hey man, shout out to Snoop. I ain't mentioned my nephew the whole show, man.
Oh.
Shout out to Snoop, much love and respect. And to Ice Cube for the Big 3, man. This dude bringing us basketball at another level, loving the get, man.
Yeah, man. Marc Wasserman, Pop Runs That Law. Before we go, anything?
Shut the fuck up when cops are
Hey, and like you do when you're having sex.
Hey, Uncimo.
Yeah.
Uncimo, I want to tell you this too. I'm trying to hit this record here, but I don't have Apple iTunes, so I cannot play it. And you know what?
He only has it on Apple.
I deleted all of the Apple iTunes ever since we got right here at Dash Radio. There's no need for it. I got Dash Radio, so
That's
I
going
will.
to be extinct soon, by the way.
I will play it on Monday. I will play it on Monday.
For sure,
and this isn't the last time you're going to be on this show.
Oh, thank you, man.
You are
Appreciate
part of
it,
this
bro.
team. You are part of this
Appreciate you,
crew.
man.
And to all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. Enjoy your day. You deserve it. We don't get shit. And this is that one day out of the year that I praise and say, yo, you know what? Just do it and have a great time. Thank you to your father. Thank you to my father. This is Tattoo and the Crew. We'll see you Monday.
Big 3. Yeah. Big 3. Come on. Yeah. 3. Now that's a magic number. Got the homies ballin' out for the whole damn summer in that 4-point circle with that.